Folks, you know what a rare book is? It's a book you loan somebody and he returns it. So yesterday, thank you, Debbie Holden, for bringing back Christian Science with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. It's the first one that's been returned. Suzanne McCormick and Glendora read one healing a day in the last 100 pages of the book. And Robert Jackson, have you received yours yet? Have you read it? Mary Taylor will call you today to see if the book has helped you heal. Margaret Rogers, who is the favorite by far of all of the Sentinel watches that come over the telephone, she certainly cablecasts or broadcasts or podcasts, the most important message of all is that when there's trouble, for instance the climate, you look at it and say, what little small thing can I do to help? And you always look for the love. You always look for the love. Somewhere in every bad habit, in every bad happening, there is love. You will find love, and you will find good in it. But when I wanted her to do a healing for Glendora and you and all my other friends, she didn't have time to do it. This is what she told us to do. But then when we asked her to help us, she didn't have time to do it. So you look at that situation, you find the love in it. And then you go out and you do something nice. I think we got the letter off to the mayor of the Norwalk, Connecticut, asking him to be the signer for Glendora's application for her public access show. But the universe has come down with another very bright idea, and we hope to initiate that today, and I'd rather not talk to you about it until we get it started. Is that okay? Phil, the first thing when you come in, we have another electronics challenge. The soul-to-soul camera is very weak. When he goes on, he doesn't go. I'll show you what I mean. This is the other camera that gives the events. Did you hear him? He's telling you when he went off. Now this is when he tells you when he goes on. He says, I'm making a videotape now. But when I turned the other one on, it wasn't like this, it was. So that's the first thing we have to do, Phil. And the next thing, I'm sorry, I love the vegan and I love the eating and I love the shopping and going over the vegan products and telling you what's new. But the next thing has to be you, Alexis. You. Hey Alexa, what is the temperature, please?
Right now, it's 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
65
Today, expect a high of 76 degrees.
76 degrees. That's 2 below Glendora's ideal temperature of 78 degrees. What is your ideal temperature? Diane Carlo called Glendora at 10 o'clock yesterday morning and recalled her happiness of having watched the SS Glendora in 1955. How many years ago was that? And watching Satellite 6 in 1956, 1957, 58, 59, 60, 61, and 62. That was a joy. And she came back to the reunion of the class of 1965 of Pittsfield High School. There were 700 in the class, and 88 of them showed up for the reunion, and I think that's very good. I think that's very good. So, yesterday Wayne cooked muffins and made coffee for Diane and her husband. They were great friends all the time. That the Carlos lived in Pittsfield, and then they went to be with their family in Bolton, Massachusetts. But they're back for the reunion today. Last night they had a greet and meet, and Wayne was going to tell them a joke and tell them about the SS Glendora that they probably all watched, or most of them would have watched, back in 1955 to 62. One of the biggest things that happened yesterday was Amy, and she uploaded to YouTube the Suzanne McCormick story entitled How the Lawyers and Judges and Banks Robbed Me, Suzanne McCormick, of $100 million that my husband left me. And I hope that Madeline got it up onto Facebook and Twitter. All of the work was done yesterday. All of the things that the conscience said to do, except go outdoors. And it was 64 yesterday. It dropped into the 60s. No? Was it 64? No, it went down to 56, I believe, yesterday. What was the temperature yesterday? Google. Hey Google, what was the temperature yesterday? Well, anyway, Mr. Eddie, when you come in, if you would fix this electronic problem, and the next urgent one is to set up Alexa, because here she is capable of doing all of these things, and she's running at 50% of her capability because we don't know how to set up. So we will go to YouTube and we will get a tutorial, and that is the second thing this morning. And the eating and the testing of products and the shopping will have to take second seat. Pittsfield, Vicky, she has already sent resumption program number 2 to Mr. Cachet at Pittsfield Community TV for play this coming Saturday at 11:30 a.m. What a friend. What a friend. False alarm. The trust said that they needed a $16 receipt. No, they needed a request for reimbursement for a $16 receipt to April Jacobs. And when I looked at all of the work entailed about that, I said, forget the $16. I'd rather pay $16 cash than to do all that bookkeeping. Okay. Amy did get the trust up to date yesterday. We did have delicious nuggets. Vegan. Better than Morningstar Farms. Better than all the others. And we shared them with Debbie Holden. Now, Bible passage. May the God of peace sanctify all of us completely through and through. Drink to it. I got to 4 glasses of water yesterday. I haven't made 8 glasses for over a month. Please. Any way you can think of decent without lying, stealing, and cheating. Help Glennie do that. Help us all do that. 8 glasses of water today until the urine is white and there is no ammonia in it. And it has cleaned out the stomach and the intestines and the kidneys and the liver and the pancreas. Okay. The hymn. Just a closer walk with thee, granted Jesus, if you please. Daily walking close to thee, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. We are weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep us from all wrong. We'll be satisfied as long as we walk. Let we walk. Let us walk. Walk with thee. You should have rehearsed that, Glendora. You should have found the key. You shouldn't have gone on TV. You sing like a prisoner behind 8 bars looking for the key. Just a closer walk with thee, granted Jesus, if you please. Okie dokie. And the word to stretch our vocabularies. Afflatus, afflatus, an imparting of divine knowledge, an imparting of divine knowledge. We got a complaint, somebody said that Glendora was wrong about putting work before play and favoring work for Patricia Pittsfield instead of her going to a soccer game this morning. So there won't be any Patricia Pittsfield today. So Amy and Phil and Glendora will have to do the sparkling up of Happy House 3, keeping it spiffy clean. I think it was something called overindulgence. Who said that? And the joke, how do you teach teenagers the value of the dollar? Challenge, isn't it? How can you teach a teenager the value of a dollar when you can't even teach the Congress of the United States the value of the dollar? And the politician won in all of the outlying districts because during the campaign he was outlying in all of them. Come thou almighty King, help us thy name to sing.